I'm Stephanie Dunlap with KGUN9, and I am here at the University of Arizona, or should I say Adams College, because that is the movie location in Revenge of the Nerds. And I am joined by Curtis Armstrong, or should I say Booger, to take a tour with me to all the filming locations. Are you ready to go?
I am really ready to go.
The iconic fountain where Gilbert got tossed in the fountain.
And it was freezing. It was the middle of the night, and both Anthony and the late Bernie Casey were running like 104 fevers. This, for me, is what was really significant about Revenge of the Nerds, where they come out as nerds and are proud of being nerds. That's why the movie remains popular.
And I heard that you actually auditioned for a different role.
I did. I auditioned. I was living in New York. I auditioned for Anthony Edwards' part, Gilbert. And I wasn't happy with it when I found out that I'd been cast as Booger. In fact, I wanted to turn it down, but I was broke, so I took it. And we worked on it to make it better and to make the characters more accessible and sort of less cartoony if possible. We did all of that then. And then by the time it was over, we realized it had all been worth it.
This is the very beginning when Gilbert and Lewis are dropped off at this location.
That's right. Robert and Anthony were dropped off by James Cromwell, now a very, very well-known and respected actor, was giving them the send-off. And all of the interiors for the Nerd House were out at Old Tucson. UN Jefferson's office was there too. You know, at the end of hours of work, you'd walk back outside and you're in a western town. Oh, this is it?
Yep, this is it.
This was actually the first day that I shot anything. The first, I think, scene that I was in was on these steps with Brian and Anthony and Robert and Larry B. We were all here in our underwear and our and our pajamas.
Yeah.
And so.
Switching gears, did you find Booger to be a challenging role?
More so than you would expect, because when I look at the movie now, it doesn't look like I'm doing anything, because there wasn't that much to do. There weren't great long speeches, but I also had to try to make him not a cartoon and to be accessible. He was a rebel, he was an outsider. He was not really a very appealing person. My theory was, whether anyone was thinking this way, was that Booger was there to make the nerds look better, because the nerds accept him without question. They embrace him immediately. Why? In spite of what he is and what he says and what he does and his lack of social skills and all of the rest of it, he was cast out into the wilderness in the same way they were.
What do you remember about this scene in particular?
This was all the Alpha Beta stuff. And then that's where Don drops the guy. And then on the inside is where you see the beautiful people at play.
The final location of this tour, do you remember this one?
I remember this very well. This was significant because this was the exterior they used when the Alpha Betas dropped all of the pigs into our party. We wound up all lined up on this porch here while they mooned us and yelled nasty things. But I've seen the movie a lot too, and I'm a fan of the movie as well. And so I look at this, and it's emotional. I mean, it means something. When I talk to people, as I do often, and they tell me how much it meant to them, how it helped them through difficult phases in their lives, it became something that I realized had really done some good.
And you haven't been back since the movie.
I have not been back to Tucson since 1984.
And yet still people are coming out of the dorms, coming out and yelling your name. They still know this iconic movie.
Yeah.